So you're thinking of making a move to Southeast Manitoba and you're kind of considering Steinbach or Winnipeg. Not sure if you want big city vibes or small town vibes in a city as well. Today we're going to jump into Steinbach versus Winnipeg, and we are going to talk a little bit about affordability, pace, lifestyle, and of course opportunity, all the main things that we need to know about when we're making a massive decision like moving to a city or just moving in general as it is. My name is Joe Friesen, and me and my team, we love helping people just like you make a smooth move to Winnipeg and the surrounding suburbs like Steinbach and areas like that. So if you're looking to make a smooth move, whether that's in 9 days or 9 months, make sure you hit us up. All our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to hear from you. All right, let's jump into our video. So Manitoba's two biggest population centers are Steinbach with a population of, let's say 22,000, give or take, and Winnipeg, $750,000. There's a slight difference, and they're about 40 to 60 minutes apart, depending on where you're coming from or where you're going, and they feel completely different. Day and night. So you got Winnipeg, which is a provincial capital, of course, as we know. We got culture, nightlife, major employees, big city amenities, all of that good stuff. Steinbach is a super tight-knit community that has so many opportunities of growth. It's very, very family oriented. And check out one of my other videos when we talk about the pros and cons about Steinbach, but definitely doesn't have that amount of nightlife and some of the other amazing opportunities that Winnipeg would have, obviously, as you can expect, just from the difference in size in itself. But lots and lots of cool things in both towns. So housing and cost of living, of course, are going to be the major ones that usually help people decide on where they're going to move, aside from having your job and all that good stuff, your occupation, where that is, right? Of course, there's many opportunities in all over Manitoba. Today we're going to specifically talk about Winnipeg and Steinbach. So Winnipeg obviously has a wide range of condos, character homes, suburban, new builds, and a lot of that stuff. And the average home price would be around that mid 400,000. Higher price points would be Tuxedo, Bridgewater, Sage Creek, and then maybe just a little bit outside of Winnipeg, which would be, let's say, Taylor Farm, which would come in significantly higher than most other places. You're going to find that property taxes, of course, are going to be slightly higher, and utility bills, believe it or not, are going to be slightly cheaper, which actually is kind of mind-blowing. Steinbach homes are typically 20 to 30% cheaper. So let's put that into perspective. A $500,000 home would be about $400,000 in Steinbach. That is significant. That's a huge price difference. That brings affordability to a whole new level when you think about it that way. That's just absolutely insanity. So that's very cool. Steinbach, of course, also has tons of new builds, tons of amazing opportunities to buy spectacular homes with quite large yards. So that part is very cool too, because you're going to find homes in the Steinbach area and like the surrounding suburbs that the lots are going to be significantly bigger, and the houses are, let's just say, they're very comparable to Winnipeg, but just quite the difference when it just comes to yard and when it comes to just your typical everyday needs. So you're going to have a lot of good things that way. And of course, you're going to have lower property taxes, smaller utility bills, and typically, not always, but typically cheaper insurance. So that always is a huge thing too. When it comes down to it, if budget and space matter to you, Steinbach definitely takes the win here. When it comes to all that stuff. But I mean, in other areas, Steinbach's definitely lacking in that, right? But definitely when it comes to budget and space, Steinbach is going to get you that. We're going to get you a house for about 20% cheaper than Winnipeg, with a lot that's going to be significantly bigger than Winnipeg. So which is quite the difference. So especially with growing families, this just might be a very huge benefit for you if you're thinking about moving to Steinbach. So, and hey, if that is the case, our contact information is in the description below. But hey, let's jump into it, Otherwise, let's chat a little bit about the jobs and the economy. Like Winnipeg, of course, you're going to have the major employers, healthcare and education, manufacturing and tech, all that super fun stuff. You're going to have more high-paying corporate jobs and professional opportunities than you'll find maybe in a city like Steinbach. You're going to have some, but Winnipeg, of course, is just going to have more because of the size. Like, it's just simple, the size. of the city, which makes that such a massive difference when it just comes to jobs and opportunities and careers and all that good stuff, right? So definitely a big thing there. Steinbach is a little bit more hyper-focused when it comes to careers and jobs and opportunities like that. Steinbach has a very, very big and vast, or at least you just notice it more because it is such a smaller community, and it technically is a city, but we're just gonna say it's a smaller community. You'll see that more because you'll see a lot more construction companies. People are going into the trucking industry, trades, small business. There's so many entrepreneurs in the city of Steinbach, and it's actually kind of nuts when you watch it because it brings talking local and bringing local trades into one place. This is it. Like, this place has got it covered. But many residents from Steinbach commute to Winnipeg on a daily for their careers and their jobs and all that stuff. So for them, it's definitely going to just be more about the cost of living is lower in Steinbach and than in the city. So for them, it's definitely going to be just a lower cost of living. Hence the reason we live in Steinbach and drive to Winnipeg. So it's just going to be a fact of lower costs, just makes life a little bit more affordable in that sense. So Winnipeg definitely has the growth, and Steinbach has that work-life balance or self-employment kind of option, right? So you have work-life, self-employed, or career growth, which is both are just fantastic options. At the end of the day, it's going to be what is the right plan for you and where do you sit when it comes to this. City traffic can get so frustrating, especially Keniston and Bishop Grandin. I don't know if you guys have been there during rush hour or really almost maybe any time of the day, but either way, it can just get a little bit nuts. It can just go a little crazy. The transit system is decent, but driving is still really the norm when it comes to living in Winnipeg. In Steinbach, there is no transit. Unless you're taking a taxi or anything like that. But car is literally required for everything. Commuting to Winnipeg on a daily is 40 to 60 minutes, depending on where you're going. And Winnipeg would win for convenience, and Steinbach for less congestion and easier parking. So is Winnipeg good for families? Is Steinbach good for families? The answer is, again, wow, let's just jump into it. Winnipeg has tons of schools, tons of sports programs, and of course, a lot of extracurriculars. There's more options for specialized education and private schools than there is going to be in a city like Steinbach, obviously. Steinbach is known for being family friendly, a safe community, quiet, community oriented. Everyone knows everyone. And let's be honest, that's going to be a huge plus, and that can be a huge minus, especially if you're somebody who's a little bit more introverted, like, yeah, let's stick back. Everybody knows the local events like Summer in the City, Pioneer Days, all that stuff, tons and tons of fun. And really, that's what we're coming to at the end of the day here with that, right? So if you value small town community, Steinbach, of course, would take the win here. And if you want the big city variety, of course, that would take the win there as well. I mean, this stuff is pretty straightforward when it comes down to it. And then entertainment and restaurants, this is another one where Winnipeg, in my opinion, would just take the win all the way, because Winnipeg definitely has a lot more options when it comes to restaurants, nightlife, just doing life in general. There's going to be a lot more options for entertainment, for going to restaurants. They got Carnival, they have Five Guys, and they have the Keg, and they've got Mr. Mike's, and they've got, oh man, is anybody else hungry? Drop a comment. I'd love to know your favorite restaurant in Steinbach or in Winnipeg, because I'm kind of curious. But when it comes to that, I would say Winnipeg definitely takes the win in that, because like Steinbach just does not have that part of it yet. Steinbach definitely has limited nightlife. I say limited because there might be some that I don't really know about. Definitely not my scene, but that not saying that you wouldn't find any, but it definitely is not going to be like Winnipeg, where it's just, hey guys, let's party, woo, let's go. So none of that. Steinbach is much, much more conservative, much more relaxed, and when it comes to that kind of stuff. Mostly family-friendly restaurants. You're going to find places like Smitty's, all good. You got Sky High, MJ's Cafe, all these amazing restaurants. But again, they are more focused for family orientation. But like they do have a bar and all that stuff. So there is an area where you can kind of lounge off to the side and stuff like that, where it is more for the, you're going out for the night and stuff like that. I mean, I see it all the time. My buddies, maybe I shouldn't say that, I didn't know anything about the nightlife in there, but a lot of buddies of mine, you know, we'll go for wings and stuff like that, head off to Smitty's or somewhere, wherever that might be, and of course grab a beer and all that good stuff. So of course there's some options, but not as much. But Steinbach, you get the peace, the quiet, a strong sense of belonging. So Winnipeg would definitely take for entertainment, and Steinbach would definitely take it for the relaxed evening walks that you're gonna take with your wife. Winnipeg also has amazing parks. So if you've been to the city and you don't know about the Assiniboine Park, you're definitely gonna wanna check that out. It is beautiful, it is gorgeous. It's right off of Tuxedo, so not only that, you get to see these super amazing houses, and then you get to go see this amazing park, which you just automatically feel like you are totally out of the city, and it's just beautiful, it's gorgeous. Not only that, you got the Leaf, you got the zoo, you got all the stuff just right close by, which is really, really cool. It definitely gives you that active outdoor lifestyle with city convenience, which is really cool as well. Steinbach are going to be a lot closer to the Whiteshell, which is a lot more common for camping, going at Sandylands Park, which is another great place if you're going for, you know, you're just taking the quads out, the dirt bikes out, or a family little getaway. And so you're a lot closer to stuff like that. But again, that requires a lot more of a commute than, let's say, going to Assiniboine Park and something like that. Steinbach is also very much known for people just really being outside, outdoorsy. You got a lot of hunters, ATVers, dirt bikers, motorcycle enthusiasts. It's a lot more urban-y, right? You've got a lot more country lifestyle. Even within Steinbach, it's just definitely something that's going to be a lot more common than maybe in Winnipeg or within the city limits anyway. So you see some of that, but not a whole lot in the city. But it is just amazing to see because it's just really, really cool. So when it comes to outdoor access, Steinbach would definitely take the win on that one. But Winnipeg definitely has the urban recreation set in place because they did such an amazing job with the way they did the parks and all that fun stuff. So it's really cool to see how a place like Winnipeg did such a great job with this kind of stuff. So I'm really pumped about just working in a community like Winnipeg and working in a community like Steinbach and the surrounding suburbs. Like, it's just amazing to see how the differences are and yet how there is so many similarities. So in a lot of ways, you're gonna see there's a lot of similarities, and yet you're gonna just feel like there's day and night difference in a lot of other ways, just because of, I mean, the fact is we got Winnipeg city, you got Steinbach, which is more of like a suburb. Like, that would just kind of be the best way to explain that, I think. So Steinbach is an amazing city, Winnipeg is an amazing city. So the question is, which one would you choose? If you had a choice of which one you would live in, career, nothing wasn't like a problem, where would you move? Winnipeg or Steinbach? You make sure you hit a comment down below and just let me know. I would love to know which one you think would be best suited for you and your family. Let's talk about the weather. I got something to tell you. Winnipeg and Steinbach, they're just so close together that it's cold in the winter, probably a little bit miserable, and summer is amazing. It's hot, gorgeous, it's nice. I mean, wintertime, you're gonna have, like, it's gonna look very different how snow clearing happens in Winnipeg compared to Steinbach, but it's just gonna be crazy awesome, and it's a lot of fun. Both Steinbach and Winnipeg actually did a very good job with it. There is a lot of activities that you can do, even in winter, when it comes to tobogganing, sledding, cross-country skiing. Oh man, all the good stuff, all the fun stuff. And the best part is both, I mean, hey, jump on a ski-doo and give her the cats when it comes to the winter time, because you got to do something to enjoy yourself. I think both of those are just amazing because both options are just fantastic, and it's always a good time. Winter can be miserable. It's cold, a little bit miserable, but we always get summer to look forward to. One thing I do definitely come across a lot is people asking, like, where's a better place to invest? Is it better to invest in Winnipeg? Is it better to invest in Steinbach? And again, it's going to totally depend on you and where you're at, where you want to be. Like, some people are very hands-on, some people are not so much, but Winnipeg definitely has a lot more demand and rental opportunities than a place like Steinbach does. Steinbach also has the demand, but maybe not as many amazing opportunities at cash flow like Winnipeg does. So we're not really going to get into that a whole lot, but definitely something you want to keep in mind. If you're thinking of getting into investment properties and all that fun stuff, that Winnipeg might actually be the option for you. Got a lot of neighborhoods like West End, the North End, and just like so many options for when it comes to affordable homes that can just cash flow a really good revenue stream. So definitely a cool option there as always. Steinbach, of course, has those options as well. They're a little bit harder to find, and they're not as accessible in a quick way. But I mean, with the right person working for you, you can get just about anything done. But at the end of the day, the bonus is you can work in Winnipeg, live in Steinbach, or vice versa, and it totally works because it's not that bizarre that it's that far out, but I can definitely see why you would want to choose one or the other. But some people just love that morning drive and that evening drive. It's just what relaxes them. So which one is better for you? Which one fits you and your family better? I'd love to hear from you. My name is Joe Friesen, and me and my team, we love helping people just like you make a smooth move to Winnipeg, Manitoba and Steinbach, Manitoba. And we would love to help you out. Make sure you hit us up. All our contact information is in the description below. And if you know someone that could benefit from watching this video, make sure you send this to them, and make sure you like and subscribe our channel as well. So whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days or 9 months, we're here to help. Have a good one.